The Breakfast Club. It is me, Angel Writer. I am back. Hi. I was going to post a video from a different location, but I was a little bit too out of it, and I was trying to roll around ideas, and yeah, it just didn't come out right. But after a little conversation with my boyfriend, it kind of kicked me into gear as to not only what I wanted to say initially, but how I wanted to say it. So first of all, I have to thank You Got That Funk for allowing me to be part of a group that, and a part of a forum or at least something in which I can express myself in a way where I'm basically not being told to shut up, not being told, that I should do something or I shouldn't do something because yada yada yada. Where when I listen to other people, no matter who they are, whether they're guest hosts or not, they don't go on this tangent of because I am this, or why does it seem I'm this, and yada yada yada, I have to be this and you're not. That brings me to the top. That's basically brings me to what I'm talking about in the topic today. Because I've been experiencing that. I've been experiencing things in which it's hard to have a conversation or even express my opinions the way I want to unless somebody says, oh, you're too sensitive. Or, oh, you're just having a bad day, or you shouldn't think about it. Or, why are you telling me to shut up when you seem like you have the right to say anything? Or, well, because you're young, the insinuation of because you're young, you're going to learn a little bit, but you need to, let me tell you about a few things you should learn, but not on a very overt level, but very subtle level. I've had these whole generalizations thrown at me when it's really somebody bitching about just the generalizations or trigger they have on YouTube. Now, I just saw a recent video from TJ Kirk about, Americans falling apart and, how we're not listening to each other. And I agree with him. I really do, because that's exactly what's happening. It's like people don't want to hear what I have to say anymore. And it's not just in the online sphere of things, because I really haven't been doing much in the way of videos or blogs or whatnot online because I've just been so freaking busy lately. But in my real life, I face this. I face this with people from the organization I'm in, as president of the organization. I hear it from my boyfriend where it's like I can't watch the news anymore because he gets triggered. Or if he watches something on YouTube, all of a sudden he goes on these tangents, and I'm like, why the hell do you care? First of all, if something ticks you off, take care of your own shit. And I've been trying to kind of emphasize this with them. But take care of your own self, and who cares? A lot of what people post on YouTube or social media that I know of is meant to do what's happening to him, to my boyfriend, and that is to trigger him, okay? And a lot of, what people post on YouTube sometimes is just meant to get views, just because they think they can, and they know people are going to be sharing it, like, oh, did you hear about this? Did you, yada, 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 okay? So where does it lead to me? Well, it is that listening thing. I almost feel like my creativity is being thwarted a little bit. It's particularly happening especially with YouTube, and where in the past, because I've been on YouTube for, about 9-10 years now, I would use somebody's song. Problem. Maybe just a snippet. Now it's a copyright violation on your video. So how can a person create if that song they use is an homage to that person who could possibly be the person who could possibly help promote the song, and they may want to listen to that person's song more and do all that connected dots link? It's called networking. Or an article I read about in a Unitarian Universalist article that really got me. I like to read, from different religious things, mind you. There was an article posted about a songwriter who had complaints from members of the congregation because the song that he wrote, it was like a hymn that he wrote, had the word stand on it, and some disabled people who were not able-bodied, if you want to use the term, or disabled, if you want to use that term, thought it didn't apply to them, and it was offensive because it talked about somebody standing and not doing something else. In a song, that's what's called a metaphor. Do people not use metaphors anymore? It's like, have we forgotten the basic communication 101, English 101, writing 101 skills or something? Because I'm seeing this all over the place. Or even in my personal life, as I mentioned before, it's like, I can't say something unless somebody gets pissed off at me anymore. And it's like, and I wonder for you guys, are you dealing with this not on the online sense, but in the real life sense? And if you are, how the hell are you dealing with this? And how can we change that dynamic? Because it's literally driving me nuts. I mean, I mean, as much as I know my boyfriend goes on tangents and whatever, I have to tell you, it gets pretty bad. It gets pretty rough at times. I'm going to admit it. But I always say to him, look, that's their way of doing their shit. You know, if you don't like it, you can always turn it off. And that's the truth. That is true. So I try to turn him off, but I also say, look, you're no better than the people you're bitching about. If you're bitching about far left people and you're thinking more far right, well, there you go. But it also is frustrating to me that I can't really watch new stuff unless he sees something and he gets triggered. Or certain other things that I like to watch. And that's frustrating as hell. So I'm trying to find that happy medium. And don't dare anybody say to break up with him, because I don't think it's going to happen. You know, and that's where the relationship compromise work at it thing is, and which we do. But that's my basic question to all of you out there. How the hell are you dealing with this communication kaplooey, I guess you could say? Or people in your real life being triggered by just things that you say, or things that you watch, or whatever. Is there a way we can get that happy medium? And what do we need to do? I know TJ had it right in his video when he said to listen to each other. But I feel like we got to do more than that. And so the question is, to you and to the panel, what more can we do? Help? Anyways, thank you, Got That Funk, for letting me be a guest host again. I really appreciate it. I love doing this when I can. I hope you guys have too. I enjoyed the last time we had a little spirited comment debate. And I hope we do more. I want to do more. Bye.